And welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Vesperia. And you're probably wondering why I'm outside of the Weekend of Kados, and the reason is because I actually reloaded the save I made right before entering the cave in order to level up, but I'm kind of running out of TP. So what happened was off screen, I decided to stay at an inn. Except when I went back into Mantaic, it triggered not one, but I actually found a second cutscene as well. So we're gonna show those before turning to the Weekend of Kados, where we left off. Hey Carol, what's up Yuri? You finished Estelle's request, shouldn't Brave Vesperia start looking for other jobs? Yeah, you're right. Wonder what we should do. We could get a job in Dongress if we were members of the Union. Hey kid, didn't you know? The Union will throw work even if... Oh, the Union will throw you work even if you don't join them. They'll take a cut, but... Really? Really? It'll take us some time to return to Dongress from here. If we can find the Union's outpost staff around, we might be able to get a job. Then why not look for them? Trudy, you coming? Woof. But what should we do about Pharaoh? If this is something we need to do as a guild, I don't mind. Thank you, Estelle. Okay, let's go. Now, I'm not sure what we're supposed to be looking for here exactly, but apparently there's some way to get jobs of some kind. I'm not entirely sure, but again, I discovered also that there was a second cutscene at the end, so let's take care of that as well. Since I need to heal anyway. Where are you going? The moon's so pretty, so I thought I'd go out and take a walk. What was that sound? What strange sounds? So noisy, what's going on? It's nothing everyone, go back to sleep. Now we're all awake, stupid noisy son of a... Nope, one of us is still sound asleep. No more tapioca. What happened? There was some weird sound outside the door, like someone carrying something heavy. This late at night? That's strange. Anyway, you want to go and see what it was? Yeah, good idea. Hey Estelle, get up, we're going out for a bit. Huh? A party for me? She's still dreaming. I'm sleeping too. I swear. If he is also asleep, we should just let them rest. You're coming, right? Yes. Hurry up, he's waiting for us. Yes sir, but how could such an object like this possibly be used? You ask too many questions, this is a special assignment. That looks heavy, want some help? Ah, nice of you to offer. Huh, it's you. That's a Hoplin Blasty, isn't it? What are you gonna use it for? Run! You want me to run? You fool, hurry up and run away! Let's go after them. End of the line, boys. They've caught us. Our orders were to eliminate all witnesses no matter what. But, enough grumbling, do it. Yes sir. I'll just use this. Say goodbye. This wouldn't happen if amateurs would keep their clumsy hands away from Blastia. Damn it, you just wait. Rita, it's not safe. But, oh no, the core is burnt to a crisp. It's too late. Did your walk have to do with going after this Blastia by any chance? What could you possibly be talking about? Well, it ends up destroyed in the end, anyway. It's gotta be hard doing it all by yourself, trying to keep it all secret from everyone. I know, you can't even go for a nice walk without someone butting in. You still won't tell us your reasons for going around and destroying Blastia? Yeah, I still think that's something that you're just as well off not knowing. And that's that. All healed up, and thus I will continue level grinding. I think I'll aim for about level 33 to 34, because the enemies at Luis and Ducados were around that level. So I will meet you back there once I'm at that level, unless I hit another cutscene in the meantime.
Wow, the days just fly by.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Oh, I've just been thinking about how strong we've grown without even realizing it.
That's because we have terrible luck.
What does getting stronger have to do with having bad luck?
We keep running into one mess after another. The Empire, the guilds, everybody hates us. So all this bad luck made us fight, and so we got stronger.
Is that really luck?
It's all right, Carol. As we travel, the winds of luck are little by little turning in our favor.
Exactly. Luck just flies by too, like the wind.
Yuri, you're kind of missing the point. We sure have fought a lot of monsters.
Yes, I thought by now they might be more scarce, but...
That sounds like something you'd think, Estelle.
If we could wipe out all the monsters ourselves, we wouldn't need anything like barriers anymore.
But why are there monsters anyway?
So that people can defeat them, of course. I think that's a little extreme.
Well, that's the only thing they're good for. I wonder... It seems there would be some good reason why they exist.
There's no use thinking too hard about it. Get started on that train of thought, and you'll soon be asking yourself why humans exist.
Yes, that's a good question too.
There you go, making things more complicated, old man.
I was trying to get you to stop thinking about these things, not think about them more.
So hot. There's no shade or anything.
Oh.
What's the matter, Captain Carol?
Maybe it's so hot he can't speak.
You're already pooped? Weak. And you're also much younger than me.
Would you shut up? Aren't you hot under that thick coat, Raven?
Nah, this clothing is kind of special.
Let me borrow it.
Ah, my boy. If you're really suffering that much, I'll gladly lend you my stinky, sweaty clothing.
Never mind.
The heat is at least better than your stench, old man.
And guess what? There is actually another cutscene here. So before we actually trigger this cutscene, I wanted to go over some things. I'm basically amassing equipment and items to synthesize better weapons and armor for everyone, but that costs a lot of gold, or gold, so I'm kind of doing some farming now for gold. Everyone's around level 33 to 34, which is kind of where I want them to be. But yeah, I think better equipment will also help down the road. So another thing to make note of is actually in here. Where will it be? It is the Flare Stone. I discovered how to get these. These are needed for the Limit duo along with a Frost Stone. The Flare Stone you get from fire elemental enemies in the Sands of Kogor. Problem: the earliest opportunity to get Frost Stones is the Sands of Kogor at night, but I discovered you can't actually, well, with the Outbreaker gone, you actually can't get Frost Stones until much later, apparently. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So we'll be stuck with the Limit duo for a little bit. But in any case, let's trigger this event. Hey, Estelle. Oh, Yuri. Is that what you're going to give us as payment? Yes, it's a memento of my mother. Your mom, she passed away? Yes, when I was still a child. What about your mother, Yuri? It happened when I was a baby. I don't even remember what she looked like. I see. I thought that I was special to never have a father or mother while I was growing up. But you and Carol and even Rita, you all grew up by yourselves too. Well, in my case, everyone in the lower quarter helped raise me. Everyone in the castle helped raise me too, but I still felt lonely sometimes. Whenever that happened, I would look at this memento and think of my mother. It helped bring my spirits up a little. What are you doing trying to give away something so important to you? You should keep it safe. After I started this journey, I completely forgot about the memento of my mother. I think because I was with you, Yuri. I didn't need it anymore. I had stopped getting lonely. Are you going to get rid of it? We all have to leave our old memories behind. Everyone else is living fiercely and not worrying about the past. I need to learn how to grow up and move on too. If you don't want it, let me hold on to it for you. Yuri, the time will come when you're going to need it. You're going to want to reevaluate who you are. You'll need it to remind yourself who you were and how far you've come. You don't want to make any rash decisions now that you'll regret later. Maybe, you're right. But until then, please take care of it for me, Yuri. If I lose sight of where I'm going, I may have to fall back on it. There'd be nothing wrong with that either. Okay, with that taken care of, part of me wants to rest at the inn one more time just to see if there's still another event. But this is actually a key item, a keepsake Estelle received from her late mother. She always carries this with her. I wonder if this is the really important side quest I was reading about that you have to do before a certain point by just staying at the inn. If so, well, that's cool. Saves me some trouble later on, I suppose. But in any case, I guess I'm going to get back to trying to get better equipment. So, I'll meet you back, hopefully, at the Weasel of Kados, assuming no other cutscenes pop up in the meantime. So I came back here immediately after recording the previous segment to see how my survivability was, and it's actually a lot better now. So I think we are just going to go along our merry way through the Weasel of Kados.
Sorry if I hurt you.
I have learned a lot of new arts, which I will probably go over. That's not what I meant to do. The mother's memento? Yeah, that's right. Not momentum. What was I saying? The mother's memento is actually an interesting item because it is a small heal to every character. Not the best healing, obviously, but not too bad in a pinch, potentially. So as always, recover is better than using items from the standpoint of grade. Not that grade is everything in this game, but it's good to have a lot of grade. But you also lose points if a character is not healed by the end of the battle, so you have to kind of weigh both. I really hope.
The sign of victory.
Oh. Defeated the enemy. Wait, what heal? Oh shoot, because I used the thing at the beginning by accident. So yeah, it seems to just be an infinite use item, which is kind of cool. And again, I get why it's a small heal, because if it wasn't, then it would be pretty broken. So, moving on right along, got the Sinclair Saber, which actually outclasses the Flamberg, ironically. Not too much, and honestly, these aren't terrible skills, and also not having a fire attribute might actually be a good thing for this area. Once we get to like an ice area, obviously the other sword will be a good idea, but for here, it looks like they aren't following us. Yeah, but they went and sealed off a dangerous place like this just to isolate Nordopolica. These guys mean business. Seriously, even bringing monsters to help? Whatever they're doing, it can't be good. I can't believe that Flynn would order something like this. Sometimes orders coming down from the top don't make sense. The meaning can get lost down the chain of command. When a brigade gets big and famous enough, things can start to get out of hand. You certainly know a lot about these things. It makes sense for someone in Altask. Things can end up like that no matter what the organization. What worries me is how much of a hand Flynn had in all this. I'm sure we'll get a good understanding of that as soon as we can get to Nordopolica. That's right. But we should be on our guard, even though I find it hard to believe that they've conquered Nordopolica by force. Yeah, I think the Palastrale would have a problem with that. Sorry, Rita, you won't get much time to investigate the Aircrane. Oh well, I don't have much choice. It'd be bad if they caught up with us. Exactly, come on, let's get going. Yuri sure is enthusiastic. He won't say it, but I reckon he's just worried about his friend. Yeah, I guess it would be kind of disconcerting if someone you thought you knew like the back of your hand just did something really out of character like this.
Don't get sloppy.
Yep, I can speak from experience to some extent, though I will not go into details at this present time, because that's neither here nor there. So I got a Night Catcher. Obviously the guys rounding up these monsters, which is kind of cool. You have to have those sort of special characters. They look a lot like the halberd guys, but those are not halberds, so it makes sense. So we have a lot of new arts, by the way. I haven't really made note of getting any more arts. This is my strategy at the present time. Until I can think of a better strategy. I mean, they're doing pretty good. Shipping them down. That looked like it did 1500 damage because of the numbers overlapping there. Fun fact, if you actually use a burst art, you actually get a special grade bonus. I think it's 1 grade. Hey, let's find out. Using this guy. Why not? Can that one not combo into it? There we go. So yeah, let's see what the grade bonus for using a burst art is. That's a cool art, but it also misses a lot because of the upper swing not connecting. It's kind of bad.
That's what happens when I get serious.
So we got the fail strike, got the burst art, so that's the whole point of grade. I read a number.
I feel so powerful.
I read a number that's actually recommended for how much grade you should have by the end of the game. I actually don't remember what that number was off the top of my head, but it was a pretty big number. It was like
You'll be gone soon enough.
10,000. Then you want 10,000 by the end of the game for something very specific for New Game Plus. Because when you start New Game Plus, you use all the grade you collected in order to actually pick certain bonuses for your next playthrough. So, if you have a lot of grade going into a New Game Plus, you actually get a lot of advantages. Unfortunately, again, to 100% this game, it typically requires a lot, and I mean a lot of playthroughs. Miss one thing and you have to redo a bunch of stuff. It's one of those kind of games.
The sign of victory.
Just high-fiving everybody, except Repeat, because he's having none of it. I, again, would like to level up a little bit more, even though we are at, like, level 34 on average, with Carol, Repeat, and Rita, and Judith falling behind. Wait, how did Judith fall behind in levels? I'm actually not sure. Because I could have sworn she... Oh yeah, because she was out of the party, I think, at one point. I heard something about that the levels that party members join at is an average of your levels. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that though, because like Raven joined at a higher level than Judith for some reason. I don't know how. Yeah, I actually didn't make I didn't actually make a note of the fact that Raven actually has a healing spell now, which is really good, actually having a second healer in the party. I did not expect Raven to be the one to get a second healing spell out of this entire party. Okay. Okay. These fights are very dicey, actually. Surprisingly so, really. It's pretty tense, surprisingly, for just a normal area. But these enemies are pretty hard. If you have anything that gives you a TP bonus at the end of a fight, I would kind of recommend it. Because these enemies are not the easiest things to take out. Okay, that's one more down. I kind of wish there was more enemy variety, because all these monsters kind of look the same. Yeah, not a whole lot of grade for that fight, but oh well. Okay. This isn't the type of save point that heals you, right? It is not. Well, that kind of stinks. Fun fact, something you can actually do, is because Carol also acts as a healer, you can also just use him, even if he's not in your active party, to actually heal up. Also, where's that big monster that we couldn't fight? Because I kind of want to go back and try to fight that again now that I'm actually closer in level to it, because it was like level 36 or 37 or something. I'm not too far off. I can't tell if that chest is open back there.
I'm taking you down.
And I don't remember if I actually opened it. Yes, that sounds terrible, but I don't remember if I opened that chest or not. I think I did, but I can't remember if that was on the failed run or the failed recording or the actual one that went up. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused, and I just want to make doubly sure. You know, something occurred to me. We should probably switch out a party a little bit. Switch Carolyn, for example. Switch Rita and who am I missing? Carol, Repeat, Rita. That's all of them. Switch them in to replace the party members that are out of TP.
Ooh, that's nice.
Actually, I had another thought just now too. Again, I can't tell if this was opened or not. It was not, so good thing I went back. Now this weapon is completely outclassed, unfortunately, because you're supposed to have it a little bit earlier. So that's a little bit of a predicament. Now I want to test something. I don't know if this will work, but can you use one of these on a save point? The answer is no. I was trying to apply classic RPG logic. In most classic RPGs, you can use like a tent at a save point.
Easy on
This is not one of those games, apparently. Which is a little bit bad, potentially. So yeah, you can only use like tents outside of dungeons, not just at any save point, which, again, logically makes a lot more sense, though. What other arts did I learn? Other than Ghost Wolf and Severing Fang, I don't think I learned anything for Yuri. Rita gained a new offensive spell, which was, again, unpronounceable, as all of our spells are. Raven, I think Love Shot was one of the skills he actually gained while level grinding, and of course that's an important one. This one, Wallace. Pages from a spellbook / enemies uses the incantation Wallace. Pretty cool. Oh, shoot. Summon a beast's claw the head, the enemy over the head, lose their footing. Interesting. So yeah, they all sort of seem to target different parts of the enemy, sort of. In any case, try not to take too long, okay? Sure. It's completely inactive now, and it was overflowing so much before. Is that how the air was controlled? How could a monster do something like that? Is that air crane safe now? We'll be in trouble if air shoots out like it shoots out of it like before. Doesn't look like you have to worry about that. So why'd the air suddenly shoot out before? That's what's puzzling me. Maybe it was just a natural phenomenon? The probability of that is low at best. If that was the case, it should be emitting air at regular intervals. If air were emitted that frequently, it'd have an effect on the environment. Like how the plants grew so naturally in Cave Mock. Looks pretty normal around here to me. So perhaps something else interfered with the air crane and caused it to discharge air? But what could do that? Only a formula or a blastia could affect air like that. Damn, that would be our fan club. Seems like these knights are just as dedicated as the captain himself. Rita, let's go. Are you done looking at the air crane? Just let me think a little more. If you need time to think, you'll have plenty of time once we've gotten out of here. Alright.
If the air crane was disturbed by...
Did you figure anything out?
It's still too early to say. I've got some leads, but it's nothing I can be sure of yet.
Well, make sure and let us know when you've nailed it down.
I will.
Alright, let's head out.
And it'll probably involve you.
Well then, that's interesting. Oh, I'm trying to remember how much of this is left. I think actually, because we're at a save point, this is a good place to end off for now. But in any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Tales of Vesperia.